Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Got a really special video for you all today because today we're going to be upgrading the Impreza's headlights. This is something I've been wanting to do ever since we got this car, so I'm really excited to get going and just in time for Subi Fest as well. So when it comes to headlight options for the Impreza, there's really not much out there. So I did some digging and I was able to find 3 possible routes to go. The first one being, of course, a retrofit, which is going to be opening up the headlights, swapping out internals, and just kind of customizing it yourself. The second is to buy a pre-built kit, kind of like this set right here. Now, don't get me wrong, these are gorgeous, but they are a little expensive for what I'm looking to do. And the third option, definitely the easiest and least expensive, is to upgrade to a set of limited headlights like these. Let's get these headlights off and I'll show you guys a little comparison between the two. And first things first, you do need to remove the bumper. Now you have fasteners along the bottom and the sides, but on the top you actually have 10mm bolts. So you have 2 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here, and 2 more right here. Once you've removed all the fasteners, you're going to want to come to where the bumper and the fender meet. There's a little bracket here that holds the bumper in position. You're just going to want to wiggle it out of position on both sides. Then from there, you can remove the bumper as a whole. Now, once you've got the bumper off, you're just going to look for 4 bolts. As you can see, we have 1 right here. This little plastic piece, there's this ridge that's hiding another bolt. You do have a fastener right here as well. Now, from this point, you can remove this piece entirely if you want to. There's a fastener here as well as 1 here, but it is plastic, so you can probably just move it out of the way. Now with this headlight, the bracket is coming with it, so you only need to worry about this bolt right here on this side, because I believe this bolt and this fastener are really just to hold the headlight to the bracket, so they should come off with it. And then over here on this side, you can see we have 1 right here. So those are the 4 bolts. Now there might be 1 right here. This vehicle doesn't have it. It's possible somebody removed it at some point, or it just might not come with it. I'm not really sure, but anyway, those are the areas that you're looking for. Scratch that. Looks like you do need to remove these 2 pieces. Now before you remove the headlight, this little black bracket is gonna come off. It basically just sandwiches the headlight into position. Once you've got that off, you can start messing with the headlight. You do want to take your time because it is pressed in there pretty securely, so you don't want to scuff anything up. Once you've got access to the back, you're going to look for this plug to disconnect. So as you can see, that 1 plug right there, that goes to right there. That connects to all these other pieces, so that's the only one you need to remove to get the headlights off. And just a little disclaimer, whenever you're removing the headlight, you do want to go slowly and kind of massage it out, just because you do have this little ridge right here that's being caught on this part of the radiator support. So yeah, definitely just take your time with it. So here you can see a direct comparison between the 2 headlights. Now there's a handful of differences. One of the most noteworthy is that you're going to be upgrading from reflectors, as you can see right here, to projector, just like this. Projector is going to be a much more upgraded performance, much more modern look, and being that you only need that lens, you can black out the outside of it, give it a really nice sleek look. Whereas on this one, obviously you need the little reflective panels to reflect the light coming from the bulb. Another one is going to be that on this one, you're adding that gorgeous DRL, this really iconic Subaru Sea Light out here. That's all going to glow white whenever you're basically having your DRLs on. On this one, it's just a single bulb, so pretty nice upgrade there. Another difference is going to be the turn signals. So on the original housing, you can see the turn signal is this bulb right here. We did upgrade it thanks to Lost auto lighting, and it's placed on the outside of the low beam, whereas on the limited headlights, it's actually moved towards the inside, more towards the center of the vehicle. Now it used to be where if you wanted to upgrade from these headlights to limited headlights, it was a pretty involved job. It was a lot of wiring, a lot of splicing, and just not very beginner friendly. But thankfully, Nick over at Foxbeam said, I got you. He actually made these adapters specific for these headlights to do this upgrade, meaning all you have to do is connect this adapter to the headlight, and then it's an entirely plug and play setup, meaning you get the full functionality of the headlight just by adding this. It's really, really that simple. So take note of the different plugs. As you can see here on the original headlights, that's the connector right there. Whereas on the limited headlights, it's a bit beefier and bulkier, and that's where the adapter comes into play. So all you're gonna do is take your connector, get the beefier end, you're gonna connect these 2 pieces together, and as you can see on the other end, it's the exact same connection as the original, meaning once this is connected, it'll fit to the car just like factory. But you'll of course get all the added functionality of the new headlights. So big shout out to Nick over at Foxbeam for making these. He is a lifesaver. These are readily available, so I'm gonna link them in the description box down below in case you guys wanna pick up a set. He does also have a DRL relocation harness if you do wanna change up the look of your headlights a little bit. These make it so that this outside light right here is your DRL. Actually looks really cool. That will also be linked down below. Now for the headlights, the good news is that they're readily available because you can buy them brand new from Subaru, or you can also get them from the secondhand market like I did to save yourself a couple bucks. Now while it might seem like they're harder to find just because it's only one trim level, the silver lining is that the Impreza and the Crosstrek have the exact same headlights, so you can get a set of Crosstrek headlights like I did, and it'll work for the Impreza. There's of course a ton for sale on eBay, but being eBay, they're gonna have a little bit of a premium on them, so I would suggest going to Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. That's what I did, and I was able to find a really good deal. I found a place called TM Truck and Auto Accessories out in Grand Prairie. I was able to get one for $250. Then I found the other side on OfferUp for $150. Really good deal, so I was able to get both of them for $400. Definitely happy about that. Once you're ready to install everything, you're gonna start with the adapter. Connect that to the headlight, and then you're gonna take the other end and connect it to the main harness of the vehicle. From here, you can start fitting the headlight back onto the car. It's gonna take a little bit of finesse just because again, you do have those little obstructions and getting it exactly where it needs to be, but definitely doable. Just take your time with it. Very, very simple. From here, you're gonna grab the bracket, line it up, and start bolting everything back together. It's literally just doing the exact same thing in reverse. Now before we start buttoning up the bumper, we wanna make sure these work. So let's go ahead and, there's the unlock. Let's go ahead and check the projectors. So those do work. Now let's test the DRLs. Now there's two things of note that I definitely want to point out. One is that there's actually two styles of these headlights. So there's the pre-facelift and the post-facelift. So what I picked up are the post-facelift from the 2020 to the 2023 Imprezas, whereas the pre-facelift are the 2017 to the 2019 Imprezas. And the housings and the install are going to be exactly the same. None of the shapes changed or anything. The things that did change are just a few of the details in the headlights. One of the most notable differences is in the DRL. So in the pre-facelift, the lights are actually like little segments. You can actually see little individual sections, whereas on the post-facelift, it's a diffused continuous light. And that's the one that I prefer. So these are actually from a 2022, but since they're the exact same housing and plugs, it bolts right up to a 2019. Another difference that's a little more obvious if you can't turn the headlights on are gonna be the side markers. So on the pre-facelift, the side marker takes up this entire section, whereas on the post-facelift, they basically just cut it right in half. This is a really easy way to tell which one you're looking at because a lot of the headlights are marketed for 2017 to 2023 because realistically they'll fit all of them whether it's an Impreza or Crosstrek, but that's definitely going to be the easiest telltale sign to find out which one you're looking at. The second thing is that there is a JDM spec for these headlights. Most notably, it has a clear side marker as opposed to the ambers. Now, while it looks about the same, a lot of the internals and functions are pretty significantly different from the USDM ones. So definitely worth making a note that the adapter is only for the USDM headlights. It will not work with the JDM headlights because there's definitely a lot of functional differences with those. Now, with everything said and done, I think the headlights look absolutely gorgeous with this car. Nice little overall upgrade to the front end. Really nice to have facelift headlights on a pre-facelift bumper. I definitely think that's really cool. But that is gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.